I really don't know how to start this. Firstly, I'd like to apologize for being almost 5 months late to, leaving Forsaken. The first time people actually started to dip out of Forsaken was basically 5 or 6 months ago. That's almost half a year. And since then, I've always been on edge about everything. I always had this paranoia that the second that I'd announce I'd leave, everything would just fix itself, and then I'd just be left with a channel that no longer makes Forsaken videos that I promised, and then it's just gonna be another false promise. But with the way it's been going, I don't think that's happening. And especially recently with, I think, Yu getting fired, I think? I don't quote me on that. I'll show an image here. But yeah, I'm gonna just go through why I'm leaving, and I have a lot of things to criticize about the drama, content creation in the community, the community in general, which is probably gonna be my shortest topic because I don't really talk much. I mean, I don't really interact much with the community, and then where I'm going after Forsaken. So let's get started with, I have this whole little noted document. It's mostly just bullet points of different things to talk about. Souldrivenlove. For the past 6 months, Souldrivenlove has been getting consistently funded by the Forsaken devs without their will. It's been under NDA, I'm assuming, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's ever, gonna get sorted out because, well, can it be sorted out? It's a rather pessimistic view, and I know, but I mean, what optimism is there left after what happened? So, honestly, with that whole situation, you can't really blame it on the devs. You can only blame it on Souldrivenlove and just how fucked up they are. I feel terribly bad for all the developers in the Forsaken dev team, as far as I know, none of them have consented to this, and they're really just doing this as a passion that they want to do. It's something that also makes them a living, so it's I don't blame them. And I don't blame other people if they stick with Forsaken. I'm gonna move on to topic 2 now, which is the constant drama. It's such a stupid and dumb thing, most of it, but there's some serious issues when it comes to Forsaken. People have been fucked over by this game, and it's horrific to see. There's so much drama, exposals, terrible things happening, people getting kicked out, people getting shunned, and it's to a point where I don't know if I want to be associated with a community where they're trying to do this stuff. It's really weird, and I don't like it. The constant drama that happens almost I'd like to say on a monthly basis is rather worrying, rather concerning, and I frankly just, again, don't want to associate with it. I have no intention to associate with it, and yeah, I mean, why associate with a game with that much drama? Now, honestly, I feel like this is going to be the longest topic of them all, being the content creators of the game. I have a lot of criticism towards the content creation community as someone who's frequently talked to a lot of content creators. Forsaken content is one of the most uncreative things that I've ever seen. It used to be very, very, back in the early days, it used to be very, very creative. You had content creators like Sarazik and Watercape creating top-notch animations, almost YouTube poop, worth editing, crazy stuff. There was always these unique thumbnails, whether it be art, renders, anything, unique ideas. You'd get them from Rendered Rear, Nyx, Sarazik again, all these huge YouTubers. It was all this one built community and stuff. And then cut to now, I feel 90% of the YouTube space is either the 200th short slop YouTuber talking about the same shit, or just clip dumps or news. I am going to already snake myself out and say I did do the short slop stuff, and I did fall victim to that because it is a very, very profiting thing for some reason, and I completely fell for that trap, and that was probably one of my bigger regrets, even if it pushed me to 100k. Yeah, the content creation space is also incredibly toxic. I don't know. I'm gonna say it here. I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm just completely wrong, but I feel like 90% of YouTubers are just using each other for content. It's really concerning, especially, and I'm saying this within the Forsaken space, not in general, but it feels like it doesn't feel like there's any actual bonds being made, especially within content creation. It just feels like a lot of them are just like kind of using each other, and it's like a dog-eat-dog area. There are obviously some exceptions to them, and I think those people who are exceptions, I've talked to a lot of them. They are some of the kindest people around. I am good friends with a lot of them, and there's some people that might be exceptions that I don't know out of this. And yeah, hey, I mean, you aren't counted in this. You're exempt from this. There's just so much of this stuff that I've been seeing, and I'm just not a fan of it. And to add on to that, just like shorts in general, I'm seeing there's been just so much talk about AI shorts YouTubers stealing, which stealing has been a common thing. I've had so many of my shorts stolen, but like there's been dramas behind it. There's been so much like controversy recently, and then also like just like YouTuber controversy in general. There was a whole like controversy recently, I think, and I'm not gonna name names, but if you have context clues, you probably already know. And from that, I feel like that just kind of made my like taste, not my taste, well, it kind of bittered my interest in Forsaken is the right wording, I think. And just in general, interacting with some of the content creators in the space is a bit, it just feels kind of soulless to talk to them because it feels like they're all in it for just straight up the money. It's so incredibly easy to get millions of subscribers from just posting a short every day. I feel like there's this just like massive gap between the people who like make primarily a short every day, just like slamming one out, and then there's those people who are actually passionate about the game, make shorts, make long forms, actually show like personality within them. It feels like there's people who just like are very, very, very content based and don't care about the community and don't care about anything else. They just care about money, views, and subscribers. And it's, again, I was part of that myself, but I feel like I've kind of grown out of it. And of course there'll be some exceptions, but even so, if you're just churning out shorts and then just like consistently bitching about shit, I don't have a single bit of respect for you. You are what is damaging the Forsaken content space, and you are, it's just like, it's gotten to a point where I think Forsaken in general has been just completely shoved down the brim with just shorts after shorts after shorts. It's not, I feel like I rarely see any long form content on Forsaken anymore, and if I do, it's usually just like the same news slop and all that other stuff. And even then, it's so hard to find like long form content. I will say there are some exceptions, and I'll name a couple of them, not all of them, but like Pickett, he's been really good with his long forms. Evan, wow, I don't know how Evan does it, but he is so good with his content. And there's probably a ton more that I'm missing out. Maybe like Oxytio, he's pretty good. And in general, I feel like content on this game, it's so far and few between whenever you're trying to look for quality content, because most of the quality YouTubers actually left, leaving just those who just do not care for anything and just care about making a quick buck off the game. That like you can feel the lack of passion within a person who like just primarily makes shorts and shorts only. I'm not gonna like obviously there's some exceptions to that. You know what? I'll say some. Ducky Vox. There are some pretty good exceptions to this, but like there's so many shorts YouTubers who just like will churn out so many shorts, and then it just shows, like you can tell either they do like the same thing someone else does, they steal an idea, they're not interesting, they have no passion behind it. All of those like are signs, and I think that's just like my least favorite part about Forsaken content when it comes to anything. I made a rant video about this a long time ago, and I was obviously hoping that it would changed something, even though it got like 2K views, which, you know what? I mean, I'll link it below, but that entire short was not that great. I mean, not short. That entire video was not that great. And it didn't fix anything. Months later, still people are making the same short slop. People are still making the same news slop. People are still making terrible videos. And if you are someone who's passionate for the game and passionate for content, you are not a part of what I'm calling slop. You are exempt from it. And that's what I think. I think those who are not passionate for the game are very easy to weed out and are very easy to criticize because they are what is wrong with Forsaken. So, after that long-winded rant, wow. I want to talk about the community. I don't really interact much with the outside community other than content creators. When it comes to the content creation of Forsaken, I'm very open there, but when it comes to the general community, I'm very closed off. I don't talk with many people from the community. I've only had good experiences with them, but from what I've heard, it's been a lot worse. I've heard of people getting into fights, people arguing everywhere, Twitter, Discord, everywhere, just in general. I've heard of these names of people who just are starting to attack other people, and it's it's stressful as hell, man. And yeah, again, this is my shortest section because I don't have much to say about the community. I'm gonna be honest. I don't interact with the community. I don't talk with the community. And I know that's probably such a shit thing to say, you're not gonna criticize the community even though you don't interact with it. It's yeah. Where am I going after this though? After Forsaken, what now? Well, I have two things planned, and that is to split this channel into two. I'll begin posting still asymmetrical game content here, whether that be Terra Realm when it releases or other games when they release. I will still be posting videos about those games within the area, though I'm a bit on edge about Roblox in general, so it may be a bit far and few between. Because Roblox in general has been very concerning lately, and I don't know if I want to play it that much. However, where you are going to get content pretty actively is probably going to be on my alt account, which will be linked in the description and put on screen right now. I will be posting Geometry Dash content. I know, stark change, weird change, whoa. Where did that come from? My reasoning behind this is because I have a lot of interest in the game, I've had a lot of interest in the game, and I want to post content about it. I feel like it would be fun. So, if you are interested in that, you can do that. But if you're interested in asymmetrical content and Roblox content, don't leave just yet. I'll still be posting that, just not Forsaken. And I'd like to give a thank you to you guys for supporting me through all this, and a special thank you to my friends who were supporting me throughout all of this. Rico Dubs, Meshed, Cape, Nico, Names Not Wanted, Dylan, Beyond Zone, Saver, Jamin Gonza, and then I also want to thank some content creators who've supported me during the way as well, like Pocket Loaf, Pickett, Epicified, Mr. Domingo, Sarazik, Sharky Leo, Water Cape, Balfourwo, Pro Gamer, Infadier, Evan, Epic Destroyer, Kaisd, Eggmaster Plan, Iblixer, Haymaker, Pineyard, Milcora, TQI. All these people are just incredibly nice people that I talk to very often, and yeah, I have a lot of appreciation for them. And I think it's awesome that I was given the chance to make content on this game, but unfortunately I believe that this game it's been going downhill, and I feel like it's been way too long since I should have left. I should have left months ago, but I never did. And I'd especially like to give a big thank you to Enodiran, who gave me this chance from the start. When him and I joined the same server and he allowed me to record it, that was the creation of my most popular video yet, playing Forsaken with a developer, which was the original video that skyrocketed me to where I am now. And I'm forever grateful for what he did for me. Thank you, Enno.